Good morning. This morning I've put in at Allington Lock. It's about 7:30 in the morning. I'm paddling down towards East Filey, which is approximately 4.5 miles, so it's a 9-mile round trip. So yeah, I'll just carry on paddling and let you enjoy. Morning. Well, it's an absolutely beautiful start to the day. Let's hope this continues. I believe about 10 o'clock it's supposed to be a bit more overcast, but we'll enjoy this while it lasts. Probably in a mile or so I'll be actually paddling through Maidstone town centre, which will be I've really been looking forward to that, to be honest, because I know that the town centre quite well through driving round, but I've never seen it from the perspective of the water, so yeah, really looking forward to that. Well, as you can see, the water's more or less like a mill pond at the moment. I've fitted my 9-inch skeg this morning, mainly because as I got in at the slipway at Allington, it was quite breezy. I wanted to try it out, but I must admit I'm really having trouble with the yaw. I'm having trouble manoeuvring, so when I do get to East Filey, I'm going to change it back to my 3.5-inch skeg. Someone giving their boat a spring clean on the right there, cleaning the windows. And you see a rower coming up on the left. Apparently there's quite a few of them on this stretch. Morning. You alright? Oh, rather a large obstruction in the water up ahead. A bit of speed up. Morning. Well, so far 20 minutes into the paddle. It's very peaceful on the river, but there's road noise in the background all the time. I don't know if it's picking up on the camera. I don't think I'll actually get away from that until we've actually gone through Maidstone town. But, I mean, it's lovely. It is very quiet on the paddle, but in the background there's this constant drone of cars. It sounds like the dual carriageway or the motorway. Well, I'm paddling upstream this morning. I've got a slight wind behind me, which is quite nice on the back of my neck, but obviously it means I'll be paddling into that on the way back. Although I don't really think it'll be a problem. I think it'll actually be quite nice. And this is the first time I've put sunscreen on this year. Yeah, it's been very overcast, wet, windy. I tend to normally try and get out during the weekdays to paddle rather than the weekends, because it does get busy. Later on today it'll be busy. So it's been a bit awkward with the... Let's just avoid this swan. The weather during the week, trying to find a window to go out for a decent paddle. Still, I'm out today, and I'll worry about the crowds when I get back. There's quite a lot of debris in the water in this section. Also rubbish. Seen beer bottles, 2 litre soft drink bottles. Not great. Huge piece of plastic over there. So, I do wish people would take their rubbish home with them. I'm seeing a lot more of the bow of the kayak in my footage and on the screen, and I'm really happy with. But unfortunately this is a rather long kayak and I'm paddling it solo. I've just bought this action cam. It's a DJI Osmo Action, and it's voice activated. But unfortunately it doesn't seem to be responding very well. It's very hit and miss. So what I tend to have to do, the idea was to push the rig right to the front, tell the camcorder what to do, but it's not quite working. So I'm having to bring the rig closer to my body to control it. Morning. Morning. I'm having to put in far too many strokes to get this kayak to manoeuvre. Really can't wait till I change that skeg to a smaller 3.5 inch. However, that's probably about 3.5 miles away. That's the nearest point where I can comfortably exit the water. Never mind, live and learn. I've got to try these things. It is the one that's supplied with the kayak, so I suppose a lot of people with this design drop stitch kayak are using this skeg and suffering it. It's fantastic in a straight line. I mean, it tracks like an arrow. It's just our rivers, they bend round and round. They're very windy. I've got to be on my ball this morning. I've got to look out for the fishing lines and try and avoid them early, and obviously look out for the motor launches on this section. Again, it is still very early. Probably going to see more of that on the way back. That's the beauty of getting in as soon as you can. Well, I'm just letting the wind push me along slightly. I'll take a little bit of a break from paddling and have a drop of water. I'm in no rush. There's an awful lot of these rowers out this morning. I was pre-warned when I was putting in on the slipway. I met a couple of very friendly fishermen that had fishing kayaks. As I said, it's early, so plenty of room for orders. Yeah, quite a bit of noise in the background now, so it's a little bit, getting a bit more built up. I've never paddled this section before, so I've looked at it on Google Earth, so I'm not sure how far I have till I get to the main town, through and out the other side. Part of the idea of having the 9-inch skeg on today was I was due to do this section yesterday, and it was gusting up to 25 miles an hour. Going through the main town, the river is quite wide and exposed, so I really didn't fancy being sort of tossed around and spun around on a very wide river. A nice lot of road noise now, and directly in front of me, I think you can see it, there's the house of Fraser. So we're approaching Maidstone town centre. As much as I like paddling sort of the prettier sections, the quieter sections, I really wanted to do this, just come through this town. The times I've stared down this river from a set of traffic lights or walking along, and envied the people paddling along it. Finally getting to do it today. Well, it's nice to see as you come into the main town that there is a place where I could potentially get out if I wanted to exit the water. Just to the left on the east bank there. Handy to know if you needed a rest or stop for your lunch. Well, we're right in the heart of the main town now. Travel lodge to the right with Asda, Maidstone bridge up ahead. I must admit it's very strange. I look out the water, looking up, and I do recognise sort of the buildings, but it's so different from looking at it from the water rather than looking down onto the water from the road. So it's a very nice wide section of river. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put in over there on the left. I'm going to change my battery because it's dying, and I'm going to have a quick cup of coffee. That was one of my concerns. This is wide. I'm not used to this river, this section. I was a little bit concerned that there's just going to be massive high walls like on the right hand side. So you literally have to paddle a mile and a half through it. Stop over here. Get slow. Damage the kayak. And I'm going to put some more sun cream on my legs, on my milky white legs. They're blisteringly hot now. Graceful stop. Okay, I'm going to switch off for a minute and get this battery changed. Well, I've got the easiest place to stop and change a battery. I'm right in the middle of the town centre, but it was on 10%, so had I carried on much further, I probably would have been going about a mile or so with no camera. So I've stopped, a cup of coffee. Yeah, changing the battery was fun. There's quite a breeze behind me now, so the kayak's blowing about, and I've got a £300 camera and I'm mucking around with batteries. I don't even think that I'm not actually sure it's the safest place to be sitting changing batteries in expensive action cams, but it's done. I'm just going to have my coffee and then carry on upstream.